Good morning and welcome to Top of the Morning by Mint, your daily shot of sharp business intel, global trends and market movers. It's Tuesday, June 17th. I'm Nelson John. From missile strikes to market shocks, the Israel-Iran conflict rages on. Global leaders scramble for calm, and Netanyahu makes his most explosive claim yet. Meanwhile, India reels from its deadliest air crash in a decade. Boeing faces the heat, and insurers brace for a record 39,000 crore rupees payout. But it's not all fire and fallout. IFC backs India's mid-market boom, and the US-China trade war leaves an unexpected winner. New Delhi. All that and more right here on Top of the Morning. As tensions soar between Israel and Iran, G7 leaders are scrambling for calm. But not everyone's on the same page. A draft joint statement calls for de-escalation and reaffirms Israel's right to defend itself, while pledging to safeguard global energy market stability. But there's a holdout. Donald Trump. The US president hasn't signed off yet, according to sources cited by Reuters. They should talk, and they should talk immediately, Trump said, urging Israel and Iran to open dialogue amid fears of a broader Middle East war. UK Prime Minister Mr. Starmer echoed the same urgency and warning. The implications, not just for the region but globally, are really immense. Germany, meanwhile, is taking the lead in drafting a communique demanding Iran be barred from acquiring nuclear weapons-capable material. Yet as diplomacy unfolds, Trump revived his old gripe: Russia's G7 expulsion. It was a mistake, he said, claiming the world wouldn't be at war if Russia had stayed in the group or if he was still president. He also floated inviting China to join the G7. Putin speaks to me, Trump added. He doesn't want to talk to anybody else. On day 4 of intensifying hostilities between Iran and Israel, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made his most provocative statement yet, suggesting that assassinating Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, would end the Israel-Iran conflict, not escalate it. Quote-unquote, "It's not going to escalate the conflict, it's going to end the conflict," Netanyahu told ABC News, defending the notion as a solution to Iran's alleged campaign of forever war and nuclear brinkmanship. He added, "The regime is very weak," hinting at the possibility of collapse from within. Meanwhile, the battlefield has extended beyond military targets. On Monday, Israeli airstrikes hit Iran's state TV headquarters in Tehran during a live television broadcast, sending dust and panic across screens before cutting to black. Israel claims the area was being used as a cover for military operations. With over 330,000 Iranians warned to evacuate, Israeli forces say they've achieved full aerial superiority over Tehran and have destroyed nearly a third of Iran's missile arsenal. Iran, vowing revenge, fired another 100 missiles at Israeli cities. Death tolls are mounting. 224 dead in Iran, as per official reports, and 24 in Israel, with hundreds more injured. Amid collapsing diplomacy and soaring civilian casualties, the threat of a regional war grows graver by the hour. 4 days after the tragic crash of Air India Boeing 787 Dreamliner in Ahmedabad, Boeing's top brass landed in India to face the crisis head-on. Stephanie Pope, head of Boeing Commercial Airplanes, met with Air India Chairman N. Chandrasekaran in Gurugram on Monday, alongside Boeing India President Salil Gupte. Also in attendance was senior executives from GE Aerospace, the maker of the aircraft's engines. The closed-door talks focused on supporting the crash investigation and rebuilding trust after what has become the deadliest aviation disaster globally in over a decade. The Dreamliner, headed for London, crashed seconds after takeoff, killing 241 of the 242 people on board. Pope's presence underscores the gravity of the situation for Boeing, already reeling from past safety controversies. "This is the most heartbreaking crisis of my career," Mr. Chandrasekaran told 700 employees at a town hall the same day. "We need to use this incident as an act of force to build a safer airline." Air India, which has 33 Dreamliners and over 200 more Boeing aircrafts on order, now finds itself at the center of a global safety reckoning, with all eyes on what comes next. The World Bank's private investment arm, IFC, is doubling down on India's rising mid-market stars, backing Motilal Oswal Alternates with its largest ever investment in the firm. In a landmark move, IFC has committed $60 million to Motilal Oswal Alternates' fifth fund, with an additional $60 million earmarked for co-investments in its portfolio companies. IFC's investments aim to leverage private capital and support India's transition to a higher middle-income country, said Mohammad Goled, IFC's Vice President of Industries. The fund, India Business Excellence Fund VG, targets mid-market companies in consumer, financial services, life sciences and manufacturing, including those in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities and lower-income states. It's aiming to raise $750 million with a green shoe of $150 million. This marks IFC's third partnership with Motilal Alternates, having previously invested $25 million and $35 million in its second and fourth funds, respectively. Motilal Oswal Alternates has built a strong track record with investments in Credit B, SK Finance and Niva Bupa, and has clocked a 26.8% IRR from its first fund. This is a strong signal to institutional investors looking at India, said Motilal Oswal Alternates CEO Vishal Tulsian. India's worst aviation disaster in over a decade is shaking up the global insurance industry with a staggering $475 million, 39,400 crore rupee claim set to be one of the largest in Indian history. This could be one of the biggest aviation claims India has ever seen, said Ramaswamy Narayanan, CMD of General Insurance Corporation of India, which insured Air India. The crash in Ahmedabad claimed 241 lives and is set to trigger $125 million in aircraft damage and $350 million in liability claims, more than 3 times the aviation industry's total annual premium in India last year. While Indian insurers will take initial hit, they've reinsured over 95% of their aviation exposure. That means the bulk of their burden falls on international reinsurers, with ripple effects expected globally. This will harden aviation reinsurance market, said Global Data's Swarup Kumar Suhur. Airlines in India are likely to face steeper insurance premiums soon. With foreign nationals among the victims, liability claims could climb even higher based on their home country's laws. Settlement will be phased, first for the aircraft, then for lives lost. And the financial aftershocks may last far longer than the headlines. That's all for today. Thank you for joining in. We're eagerly looking forward to our next Top of the Morning episode, which will be packed with the latest in business news. Until then, this is Nelson John signing off. Have a great day.